Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Getting you on the grind and improving your mind every single video that we do. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. So let's talk about today's topic.
Yeah, so if anyone has not been on internet for like the last few hours as of us streaming right now, right now it's 7:23 p.m. in Eastern time, and a few miles north of us was a huge what people were at first were calling a big riot, but became when people found out what was actually happening, it was just pretty much a whole big mess. And it all started with a man that is a very big streamer named Kai Sanat. So I have a video that I'm going to pull up and we're going to watch this. This is from News Channel 7, New York. And they're going over some stuff that was happening during this whole thing. And then we're going to talk a little bit about it. So let me pull this up. Let's take a watch and let's hear what they have to say.
Of a car that was literally covered with people, and we do believe that that was the vehicle that had Kai Sanat in it, which you can see now looked as though could have been leaving the area. And that is why you're seeing that crowd there chase after. That's the vehicle right there that they believe Kai Sanat is in right now. As Safan was saying, he was there. He was in the crowd for a little bit of time, but clearly this was an out of control crowd and no freebies given away, no giveaway whatsoever getting in the car. But clearly you're looking at a very dangerous situation with this car now driving pretty fast with those people clinging on.
So why is this happening? Why are these maniacs in the city causing trouble? And what's the cause? And I can tell you it's one object that is getting people crazy. It's not only the celebrity, but it's also an object that people are going for, a free object that people are surrounding it. And this
Did you see that guy just fall off the car?
All this is chaos is just going on.
Jesus.
What is it for, Mike?
So what happened was, so I guess Kai Sanat, he was doing some sort of like fan meetup and giving away like PlayStations or something. And so he had this whole big thing. People were starting to show up, a lot of people, and there were a whole bunch of crazy things were starting to happen. He wanted to give away PlayStations, but I guess everyone was getting way too rowdy and things were starting to happen that, was pretty much just a bad look. And so Kai Sanat was trying to leave, and then everybody got all pissed off and then started freaking out, and you just seen all those people climbing on his car and trying to, pretty much stop him from leaving because they wanted the free stuff. And this brings up to the whole purpose and topic overlying is that degeneracy has consequences.
Okay, guys, all this trouble is going through a PS5. For a free PS5, which is another form of sedation, which is destroying the world, but that's another topic for another day. People just surrounding, I mean, there is by the way, we need to also say that influence from these streamers is getting bigger than people think. These online influencers are become influencers. What are they influencing anyway?
Well, bullshit. I mean, they're influencing them to become degenerate because this is what's happening. So I personally don't know Kai Sanat. I don't know him. He might be just a normal cool guy. He might be a cool dude, right? But the content that he produces and like how he portrays himself on stream is degenerate. It is. You have to admit, if you've watched some of his streams, if you've seen his clips, it can be degenerate. And so by him being that way, it can influence people that watch and follow him and actually support him to become degenerate as well. And that is also an issue that I know a lot of other people have talked about on live streams and stuff like that, where people that act degenerate will create degenerate people. And Kai's, this is something that I would have expected to happen, that Kai Sanat would show up somewhere and things would go awry. Something will happen. And maybe it wasn't because of him specifically. Maybe he didn't start it, but things would just happen. And that is exactly what's happened here in New York City, where he shows up. He wanted to do fan meetup and giveaway. People got rowdy. People got crazy. He's like, oh, got to get the hell out of here. And then everyone freaks out. And then everyone starts vandalizing things. They're going across. They're all over the streets, closing down Broadway and all these other places in Union Square. Some cop, I'm pretty sure I saw, got apparently got stabbed in the neck and got his gun taken away. I mean that's what I seen on Twitter. I mean, Twitter's a lawless land as it is, but that's something that I had seen through that. And I feel like it all just stems from the degeneracy that you put onto the internet. If you show yourself as degenerate, you're going to influence other people to be degenerate. And I'm not saying that Kai is not I'm not saying Kai is not a good person. Like he probably is a cool guy. He's probably, very chill, but the problem is the actions that he's making online and what he's using his influence for probably is what has the reason why this all transpired, honestly.
Another truth is a lot of guys got to realize that there's a lot of hidden energy that is being repented. It's being, shoved inside for too long. A lot of these kids that are watching this content, they have a lot of pent up energy and they don't know how to express it, because when you sedate yourself for so long, a lot of these people are probably watching him, consuming a lot of internet content, and it's ruining their brain. And when you sedate yourself for so long and you have so much energy inside of you and you don't do anything with it, it comes out in these ways. So these people coming out to this event, it's a rush. It's an adrenaline spike, and it's an adrenaline rush for people who don't live exciting lives. People come out, they finally can cause a little bit of chaos, go crazy just for a PS5, just for a free giveaway, to meet their favorite streamer that's online and meet them in real life, even though this guy probably doesn't give a crap about most people anyways. He's wasting your time. These streamers are getting more relevant than even celebrities and artists, and people are going crazy, especially the young guys and girls who are watching these streamers. And, it gets worse, especially when you enter in the female realm of the influencer online side, where a girl's posing half naked and people just simping for her, and people are going crazy over that because a lot of guys are not fucking. But that's a whole nother situation. We simply have a lot of misguided energy in our society and our world today that needs to be directed into a more powerful way. People do not know where to put all this energy that they have stored inside of them. They don't know where to put it. People are lost. They spend too much time on the internet watching other people live lives instead of actually living a life on their own, and it's going to have a lot of consequences. That's why we always promote a healthy lifestyle on this channel. And if you guys actually get out of your house, make friends in real life, and not have to constantly, because these kids that are probably roamed around the streets of New York City today, that went crazy, all riled up, these are kids that never get to go outside. Well, because of themselves, of course. They restrict themselves. They sedate themselves. They're jerking off. They're sad, and they finally get a chance to come out and express themselves, and they don't do it in the best of ways, and it causes things like this to happen. Helicopters, news footage coming in. So all these people, many of them are lost, and they need guidance. And we have a lack of mentors today that's putting these kids in a positive direction. We have constant sedation, OnlyFans girls. We got guys doing dumb stuff on the internet and those watching them. And the people who are watching them are even worse, because they're just glued to their TV screens and their phones, especially, and they just watch other people say stuff all day. They're just watching and they're not even living. There comes to a point where you have to realize enough is enough. I need to stop watching people live their life and doing stuff and doing something on your own. That's why we encourage you guys to be producing things out there rather than consuming.
Yes, it's important to be producing at least something. Doesn't matter what specifically it is, as long as you're in the act of producing, you're going to feel a lot better. But I want to go back to how this all brings back to degeneracy, because if you watch somebody who is being degenerate, you're going to want to do these things, and you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. Kai Cenat has found himself in a lot of trouble because now I'm pretty sure he was arrested in New York City. And these people that are out there going crazy, they're all going to get in trouble of some sort, either be arrested, get hurt, shot, who knows, by other people, either by other people or by police officers. You never know. And if you put yourself out in a specific way, if you had a specific mindset, you wouldn't be going crazy like that. You wouldn't be doing those things. You would probably want to be there, be like, hey, if you wanted to be there and wanted to actually meet him and talk, that would be something different. But a lot of these people, they're out there going crazy. They probably did want to talk to him, but they became emotional. And a lot of these people that watch a lot of these streamers, they're not as, they don't have, probably never heard of stoicism in the first place. They probably don't even know how to even handle specific situations. They probably don't even have a good possible mindset on trying to have a uh, view of oneself and a view of the world. And so they pretty much just go off and just go completely wild and just go primal and just do crazy things just because they feel like that they can, and because they believe that that is what Kai does or would do. And maybe that could be their reason why of doing so. But the whole problem is that these actions that they have consequences, right? And so them being like this, they're going to get in trouble, they're going to get hurt, they might get killed, who knows. And that is not a life that you want to be living. You want to be living a life that is successful. I wouldn't say successful, but something that is just not this, the complete opposite of this. You want to produce things, you want to learn things, you want to have a life that has a 100% positivity into other people's lives, into your life. You want to meet people, you want to meet women, you want to have a good job, you want to start a business, you want to be doing these things, but you wouldn't be going online watching someone be degenerate either for the laughs or whatever, and then finding out that they're doing a meetup and then just going crazy, jumping on cars, grabbing his car and pretty much going on a joyride like 30-40 miles an hour down a New York road on his car. Like, you don't want to be doing stuff like that. You would rather be focusing on, either dating, or you want to be focused on business or jobs or things that make you happy and things that won't get you in trouble, just in general.
Yeah, we live in a very unbalanced world where people don't know what to put their energy in. So that's why we recommend you guys try to always be trying to find your way and build something, build things that create your own empires and things and structures, and make yourself your own circle, your own being, your own identity. Try to find a way to create something more of yourself than what you already are. That way, you can live a meaningful life, and you can try to find a meaning in your own way instead of simping for, there's a lot of guys that use the word simp, and usually that means simping for women, but guys can simp for men too.
Yeah.
That's, so a lot of these kids out here, they're just simping for this artist that doesn't really care about them, and they just want a free giveaway and just want to cause some chaos. It's just no direction, and it's a sad thing to see. But people line up for really dumb things sometimes, and things just get carried away. It's always important for you guys to always be finding your own way and stop looking up to these online entities which you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. A lot of it's just a cash grab. A lot of people make money off of your stupidity, and unfortunately it works. Not to say all people do that, but just some. Just be careful who you follow and what you're doing. Like, really ask yourself, should I be doing this? I really ask yourself, why am I behaving the way I am? Always be self-reflecting and be self-aware in every situation you put yourself in. If you're going to go to an event like that, make sure you're being calm and being observant and being understanding what's going on, and just try to enjoy it in a way that doesn't destroy New York City. New York City, to be fair, is destroying itself on its own. That's a whole different live stream. But any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate a little bit of please, when you want to, if you like to follow, certain influencers or whatever, please don't try to be like them. I know we've talked about this a lot with other people, including Andrew Tate is definitely one of people that, the people try to be. Do not be like the person. Take things that they do or say, like think about what they do or say, and then use critical thinking and use common sense and try to morph whatever you feel like is actually beneficial to your life into your life. Maybe not specifically copy paste, but just do it in your own way, as you would, because being you is the most important thing, especially now in the AI world. That's a whole nother podcast and a whole nother live stream. But just do things as you would. Be influenced, right, by certain people, but don't be them, and don't do things that could get you in trouble. You want to think about the consequences to the actions that you make in every aspect of life. Don't just think about one specific thing that might be a consequence. Always, every single thing you do has a consequence. It doesn't matter what it is. Something can happen at any moment in time, and you want to make sure you understand what they are before you actually do it.
Yeah, be mindful, be aware of your environment, always be planning one step ahead, be strategic, and just be smart in general about how you're living your life and the steps you want to take next. So if you guys like this content, make sure you definitely smash that like button and leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts on the topic at hand, and you can definitely watch more of our videos and check us out more. And with that said, we're going to see you guys in the next video. Subscribe.